this is Wenger Reviews, and I'll be doing a video on Ma, starring Octavia Spencer, about an older woman who befriends a group of teenagers and invites them down into her basement so they can drink while being underage. Soon after, the teens start to notice that Ma, played by Octavia Spencer, is exhibiting very strange and violent behavior, which ends up scaring them off. Now, I was really looking forward to watching this. I'm not a huge Octavia Spencer fan, but I do enjoy her past work. And seeing her in a psychotic role like this was very interesting. And so I'm happy to report that I really did enjoy this movie. It was exactly what I thought it would be, and a little bit more. Like, it had really great humor throughout. When Octavia Spencer was acting crazy, or looking at people or stalking people, it had like bits of humor here and there. And the way she interacted with other people in the movie, like it wasn't like a straight up comedy or unintentional humor. It was intentional humor, and I just thought it like added to the creepiness. And Octavia Spencer actually comes off as very likable for the most part. And I also loved the fact that her character wasn't one note. Like, she wasn't just hell-bent on revenge against the people that wronged her in the past. Like, she had layers to her character. She wasn't just angry all the time or super happy and fake all the time. Like, there were times where she showed sadness, like when someone treated her badly in the present. She did show vulnerability, and I really loved that about her character, that she wasn't just one note, that she wasn't just angry and cuckoo crazy and violent. Like, she did have some deep-rooted, like, sadness still in her, and she was vulnerable at times. And that goes into the fact that I really loved that her character wasn't predictable. Like, when she did certain things, it was like out of left field, but it was still something that made sense for her character. I just like the fact that it wasn't predictable. Like, the suspense in this movie. Like, there were times that I was really caught off guard with what the characters were doing, and that's something that I appreciated in this movie, is that it's not extremely predictable. It does do new and fresh things, and like, it really does catch you off guard. And speaking of being caught off guard, there's like really a scene of very graphic nudity, and it made the audience like giggle throughout because it was so out of nowhere, and that's like a bit of the humor. And having said all that, there was a couple of things that I did have a problem with, and that's like the beginning of the movie where, you know, you're invested in the story, but there does come a time where you're not really sure where exactly the story is going, because it's like sort of a standstill, because there's like a long period where Octavia Spencer's character is just partying with the teens, and then there comes a point where they're kind of freaked out by her and they start to avoid her, and then she says something to convince them to come back into the house, and it's sort of like that over and over again. And it starts to get like, okay, when is she gonna get her revenge? Like, when is the story gonna progress? But that doesn't take away from the enjoyment of the movie. It's not a boring movie. It's just a little repetitive at times. And then during the last 20 to 25 minutes, that's when everything goes from like a 4 to a 10 with violence, and the story really does pick up after that, and it's so suddenly. It's really going to catch you off guard. One other minor issue that I had, without giving any spoilers, but towards the end of the movie, a character gets stabbed in the back with a huge kitchen knife, and then they get back up and they're walking around like nothing happened. And it honestly gets into Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees territory, where this person can't feel any pain or can't die. And it's like, I don't know, it took me out of the movie a little bit. But that's just a minor complaint for me. Overall, I really did enjoy this movie, and I give it a 7 out of 10. I really do recommend it if you're a horror fan and if you want to see Octavia Spencer act like something you never expected her to act in. So yeah, 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Just a quick side note, Kayana Simmons, who plays the younger version of Octavia Spencer, I was actually surprised at how ugly they made her look in this movie, because in real life she's absolutely gorgeous. And it's very rare to see like really young, dark-skinned actresses in mainstream movies who are very pretty. So I don't know. I know it's part of the character that she was made fun of when she was younger, but I just wish that they didn't make her so unattractive. She is so pretty in real life.